be talking about Onirim. It's a game put out by Z-Man Games. It's either a 1 or 2 player game, but it can be played solo by yourself, and it's kind of like a set collection game where you're going through a dream maze trying to find your way out. Let's take a look. Today we're going to be looking at how the solo version of Onirim works. Basically, each player, you get a hand of 5 cards, and you're going to be trying to create sets with those cards. So here I have my 5 cards, and you have different corridor cards. So you're going to have a sun, a moon, another sun, a moon, and a key. And you'll notice that each of these cards are different colors. We're going to be trying to make sets of cards in the colors that we have here. There's 4 different colors in the game: blue, green, red, and brown. So basically, you play cards down in a little thing here. So we're going to play a sun for our turn, and then we're going to draw a card. So whenever you draw a nightmare card, this is the worst card in the game. These are the kinds of cards that make you cringe each time they come up. So when you draw a nightmare card, you have 3 different choices. You can either A, discard a key out of your hand to get rid of the nightmare, or B, you can discard the top 5 cards of the deck, or C, you can discard your whole hand to get rid of the nightmare. So here we're going to just discard this key to get rid of this nightmare, and that'll go in your discard pile. And then we still have to draw 2 more cards to get our hand back up to 5. So 1, 2. And then we can continue our next turn. So on your turn you have 2 choices. You can either play a card down into your little run here, or you can discard a card out of your hand and draw a new card. So you're doing this trying to create different sets. Whenever you play cards in your run, you can't play the same type of card back to back. So since I already have a sun down, I couldn't play another sun right next to it to try to make a set. Whenever you have a set of 3 of the same color, but they have to be different icons back to back, then you can go through the deck and get a door. And the door, getting all 8 doors is the point of this game. There's 2 blue doors, 2 red doors, 2 green doors, and 2 brown doors. So here I'm going to play a moon to try to complete the set, and then I have to draw a card. And then I will have to play my other sun here. And as soon as you get 3 of a color, so here we have 3 blues, I will be able to immediately go through the deck and find a blue door and put that into play. So here we go. Here's the blue door. So we put that into play, and then we're going to shuffle the cards back up. So this deck requires a lot of shuffling the deck around and trying to manipulate the deck in different ways to be able to make the cards come up the way you want them to come up. And now we have 4 cards in my hand, so I have to draw another card. So keys can do a few different things. You can use them to get rid of the nightmare like we just did here. You can also discard a key on your turn to look at the top 5 cards of the deck and try to rearrange them. So I'll discard a key here and look at 5 cards. And out of those 5 cards, you can choose to discard one. So if there was a nightmare in those 5 cards, you would definitely want to get rid of it. But I don't have a nightmare here, so that's really not helpful. Then you would rearrange these in the best order that would help you be able to make your next set. Like I have a sun and a moon of red, so I'm going to try to get another moon here, so that way we can try to set up our next run to get the red door out of the deck. The other thing that keys can do is if you have a key in your hand and you draw a door on your turn, you can automatically discard the key to claim the door. There are a bunch of different nightmares in the deck. They all do the same thing, but as these cards are coming up, they're going to be whittling down your deck, making you discard your keys that you can use to get into doors and complete your runs. But as you keep getting these, you're going to have to choose to discard out of the deck, discard your hand, and whenever the deck's completely empty, if you haven't claimed all 8 doors by then, you lose the game. So let's take a look at what I think. So Onirim is a cool little solo game that you can play by yourself whenever you have a little bit of extra time and you're really not doing anything. It really gets kind of difficult sometimes when you're playing because those nightmares keep coming up and you're like, no, not another nightmare. So you're trying to figure out how to get through the deck without wasting too many cards on this thing or that thing and not having to discard cards so that way you can complete your different sets. I've played it mostly as a solo game. It's okay for the two-player game, but you both have like a little couple cards that are like shared in your hand, so it makes it a little bit easier to do sets. I feel like two players makes it a lot more difficult because it's harder to get the cards that you need, but it's still a lot of fun. It also comes with a few little expansions in there to ramp up the difficulty and add like different little things to the game here and there. But it's a cool little game and it's pretty inexpensive, so if you get a chance, check out Onirim.